We're ready.
Ready.
And we're back.
And we're right here. We're
In
not across
person.
screens.
In person.
In person. Live and live in color.
Oh, yeah. And we got the whole actual setup going on. We got the TV in front of us.
I won't say the whole setup. It's a setup.
Yeah,
we're sitting on the floor currently. The couch is right here, but we're just not close enough for it to work.
And we're just like, fuck this. We'll just
sit on the floor as the Arab. As the Arabs do. Don't they sit on the floor?
They do. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, you're on a pillow. I'm not.
Yeah.
Traditional.
Never do that on the old setup.
All right, cool. I'm on a blanket. No, I'm on a pillow.
You're on a pillow.
Yep. Okay. So we're gonna go into our normal.
Yummy Coke.
Oh, we're gonna go to our normal hour longish episode where we cover upcoming sports or next upcoming stuff and things that have happened in the past.
Okay. Do I look at the camera or do I look at you?
We can do both. We can do a little bit of both.
I feel like this, like lasered in.
I kind of wish we had like two cameras.
Yeah.
And so like we could show them both. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like still in person.
Would we need two computers or just if we have
no? We just have more technology. Yeah.
Yeah. This shit's still for free, folks. We ain't getting paid.
Yeah. Well, they aren't. Your taxpayers.
Oh, well, okay. I'm saying like our other jobs are paying us.
Yeah.
But...
Well, and I also pay my own paycheck with taxes. I call bullshit.
There's a meme out there, and I know you know it.
Yeah.
But it's that dude. They're pushing a truck, and he's the one inside the bed pushing the truck, saying like, "Oh, pay my taxes."
So, dude, before we hop it, or do you want to go over college football?
What do you want to talk about? What you did over the weekend?
So I was able to go to an Iowa State game, and I have not been to an Iowa State game since I was like 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I got extremely lucky. I went to go see my dad's sister and her family.
You know what you're doing a great job of right now? You're doing a great job of retelling the story. Like I've never heard it before, but we talked about it.
Yeah, like we talked about it a couple times.
But you have to. But you're doing a great job hitting the same beats and having a little bit more detail.
Yeah.
In this go around.
Well, I also told you I'm not going to do the same detail.
Yeah, but I'm not good at. Sometimes whenever I have to tell the same story again, I cut out like half of it. I cut out like all the meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So yeah, I went to go see my dad's sister, my aunt. They have season tickets to Iowa State because they live in Ames.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, you know what? I was already in Iowa.
Are they along?
No.
Okay. They're just big fans.
We just grew up in Ames.
Okay. Cool.
And they moved around, so they obviously didn't stay in there.
Yeah. I wasn't saying like, oh, so they're too dumb and poor to go to Ames, Iowa for college. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
They went. I think they lived in Kansas City. Before they moved back to Ames.
Okay.
I got off track there.
Yeah, that's right. That's me.
No. But yeah, so I was up visiting my brother in Iowa, and I was like, you know what? I haven't seen them since the funeral or the service. And I was like, I'm gonna go stop by and say hi. And I was supposed to be doing yard work with my other brother to help out my oldest. And I was just gonna stop by at the tailgate. I parked hella illegally. Like I parked in the fucking staff parking lot, like 5 minutes away. And like every other parking lot was pretty much packed at that point.
Did they have? Because I know usually at schools they'll have like a parking pass. Did they have anything like that?
No. It's like
And they didn't have any security watching it either.
No, they didn't. Like you know how like colleges have like staff like vehicles, like vehicles and stuff like that. Yeah, it was a parking lot of all that.
Oh, but you were in your truck, so they're like,
and I just parked. Yeah. I parked hella illegally. Did the 10-minute walk. Saw them, was talking to them and everything. I was like, all right, cool. I think I should get going.
Well, that's the thing that's bullshit about most college game experience. If you're there early enough to tailgate, you're parked like right outside, or you are parked 4 miles away and you're getting there in an hour.
Yeah. Like my family, they showed up at 8 a.m. The game wasn't until 1 p.m.
No, yeah.
And even like my brothers were like, yeah, that might be a little bit too late to even get a good spot. And I'm like, yeah, you're not wrong.
They're probably probably good middle of the pack. Probably like
Yeah. So like they weren't too far from the stadium, but they were like
especially season openers.
Yeah.
Those ones are
season openers are fucking huge, especially in like Midwest towns.
Yeah.
If any of our list like,
Well, especially like if like, what else is there to do in Ames, Iowa? Go to the local Lutheran church.
Yeah,
and,
pretty much.
Okay.
Like that whole town is just all about Iowa State.
Yeah.
Because there's no other professional teams in Iowa. It's not like Kansas where like.
And that's got to be the only college there too.
Well, there's Iowa. There's the Hawkeyes.
Well, I'm saying in
Ames. Yeah.
It's not like here in Omaha where there's
like 6 different colleges.
Creighton, UNO, MCC. Yeah.
So yeah, like they got there at 8 a.m. I showed up at like 11:30 just to stop and say hi. And I only plan on being there for like an hour. And I was.
Can you hear that cricket?
It's a little bit. It's not picking up too bad on.
It's annoying me though.
Well, you complain about it.
I know.
Motherfucker. Some shit. So yeah, like I was like, yeah, I'm gonna start heading down. I need to go help out with some yard work back at my brother's. And they're like, well, we have an extra ticket because my cousin's in basic training. And they're like, do you want to come? And I'm like, yeah, let me double check first though. Yeah. Real quick. And they're like, since you aren't and like you don't really have the opportunity to come out here as much as I do and my other brother does, go ahead and take this opportunity. Like we'll take your portion of work today. And I still came back like after the game and helped work a little bit too. It was mostly just like mowing and like he's out on a farm, so it was just like a giant field, and I'm just on a riding lawnmower like.
That's just kind of like it's one of those things that like you're just helping them because it's not like it's excruciating hard work. It's just like it's like what hour, 2 hours, depending on the acres.
Yeah.
Were you sitting with it the whole time, or did you go to the student section? You kind of
I sat with my family the whole game, and I was hearing stories of my dad when he was younger, and of my grandpa as well, because apparently my grandpa. Oh shit! Might need to get your.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay, keep on talking. So my grandpa at an Iowa State game, back in the '90s or so, they were in the top row of the Hilton Coliseum, and my grandpa and my uncle were there. And there was like a couple technicals called on Iowa State players, and it was like a huge game going on. Like it was like critical points being called, and my grandpa in his old age gets so pissed off, and he fucking slings his fucking lifesaver like packet thing. And it was like when lifesavers came in like a tube, like a plastic tube in like the early '90s, late '80s. And he slung that shit from the fucking second deck at Hilton Coliseum.
Are you talking about mints? Lifesavers of mint?
Yeah, maybe.
Like the little circle cones.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they came in like a little pack thing or something like that.
Okay.
And he fucking slung that shit from the top deck to half court. My old grandpa. And like was sitting there screaming at the dude, and like everybody else was there. They're all a bunch of season ticket holders that sat around him. And they're all like cheering on my grandpa, like, you go get him.
You get escorted out?
No, like it was
like in a Wild West day.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. You need some new Hey Dudes, son.
They've served me well.
For how long? 2 months?
No, over a year. Yeah. And I've abused these things. Like,
they look like they got it. Well, like they're not terrible. They're not as terrible.
I got one giant blowout right there on the side. But yeah, so I sat there with my family. Opening play or opening drive, right? UNI is taking up the ball, and they start. Well, in Iowa State fashion, first play of the game on defense, they get a penalty called. And I'm like, all right, yeah, already off to our typical start. And it's kind of like the Huskers this year.
I was going to talk about, because I just recently saw a video, because all the same points I wanted to bring up, he talked about and you liked it, where it's like, just like, you have a QB who can't throw, but you can run, you have that fucking ears.
Yep.
Yeah, fucking, like, we give up a lead because the defense can kind of hold out and make play after play after play, but the offense isn't producing anything.
Yeah. What's the point of having a defense?
Yeah, especially what's the point of having a defense making stops? Mm-hmm. And then penalties, just especially stupid ones. Yeah. Like the one of them that I didn't even know this was a thing. It makes sense after I looked into it. There's a play where I think it's a linebacker who's trying to get the attention of either the different linebacker or the lineman, and he's clapping at him, trying to get his attention, like, hey, they called a penalty. I can't remember what the penalty, like the wordage is, but it's like basically for making noise. But so since it's clapping, would the way that it was explained to me, since he was clapping, and if their snapping is going off of like a snap count, it's going to trip up the offensive line. But I was like, you could clearly tell he was just trying to get that dude's attention. He wasn't trying to make them jump or anything like that. He was just trying to get that dude's attention. So why the fuck is that a penalty to get them like essentially to move forward? Yeah. Like wouldn't that just be I don't know, a penalty just to like, hey, you don't lose your down? Like that to me just seems like a stupid
actually happened.
Whenever it happened, we were all. I was like, what the fuck is this? Never heard of it.
Yeah.
Even like I can't remember.
Even the announcers were like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
No, the announcers were like, "Yeah, you can't do that. You can't clap. You can't make noise." I was just like, I've never even seen it.
Yeah.
So yeah. So go.
First thing that happens, they get a penalty, and it's like, all right, cool. We're all sitting there. Me and my family.
Was it one of those?
It was like an offsides or like some bullshit, and I was just like, all right, cool. Well, off to a great start. And then he had a couple plays, and like the quarterback we got, or you and I got, came from Michigan State, and I told you I want to look this up and see if he transferred because of a girlfriend. I never did.
I looked that up right now.
Okay, you do that while I tell the story. Yeah, and then all of his receivers were running terrible routes, but he was throwing them accurately. It was if the wide receiver ran the proper route.
And for the UNI QB.
Yeah, UNI QB. And then
is it Theo Day?
Sure, I don't know. Sure. Yeah. But they ended up getting a pick six because the fucking wide receiver went too wide on his screen pass on his out route, and the DB had the inside edge. But if he had not gone wide, because the quarterback kind of threw it before he started his turn in anticipation for him going the proper route. But because he went wide and the DB was on the inside, he ended up fucking. So you gotta look him up and then look at his Instagram and then see if he has a girlfriend and then see where the girlfriend goes to college.
Oh, is that what you did?
Yeah. Or that's what you should look up.
Well, what I'm doing is I'm making sure this is the guy, and it is. Yeah. Career history.
Michigan State and UNI. Yeah.
So Theo Day.
Yep. Look him up on Instagram. And like he either has his girlfriend.
This is a woman
This is investigation, all right.
That's what they say too.
Oh, you know what? All right, fuck you. I'm just curious because it's already been a trend with like college athletes transferring because their fucking girlfriend transfers out of college.
Does it look like he has it?
But yeah, first drive we got a pick six, took it back. They got the ball back. We got the pick six. We ended up getting an easy stop, and then the next drive we had the ball on offense. We drove it down, scored, and then it was like from that point on, it seemed like Iowa State like only had sparks of life on offense. Defense was phenomenal. And our special teams, oh my god, I don't know what happened. Like we got a punter now that can actually hit like 60, 65 yarders pretty consistently. I was like, you can't air it out when he's super close to the end zone and try and put him in on the 20. But he is good, like when we're stuck up on our own 10-yard line and actually punt it down the field and actually put them on like their 40 or 30 instead of on the 50-yard line. Um, which happened to us all the time last year. Uh, we also had a good punt returns this year. We had a couple of 25-yard punt returns. How did you find the dude?
I'm not seeing his Instagram, so I'm going to
You and I.
I'm going to the You and I page, but the first one that popped up is the volleyball. Men's basketball. You and I are Army ROTC. They're just giving me everything other than the one I want.
You and I football.
Yeah.
Yeah, Iowa State ended up like even with their they didn't stay consistent. Thankfully, we still came away with the dub at a 30-9. Uh, we held them to a field goal and a touchdown, and on the one touchdown they had, they went for two, but ended up not getting it.
He's number 12, right?
Let me take a look. Yeah.
Yeah, number 12. He doesn't have an Instagram.
Oh, okay.
So maybe Twitter, which I don't have.
Yeah, I don't really use Twitter unless it's for hot limit.
You watch porn
on Twitter? No, I don't watch porn. I just like the.
I've heard porn on Twitter is really good, but I don't have it, so I don't know.
Reddit.
Reddit?
Yeah.
I thought that's like a meme thing. Really? I don't have a Reddit either. I remember Tumblr. I went on Tumblr for like a day.
Yeah. Tumblr was just straight porn.
It was straight porn, especially because I think there's a way that you put in like okay, I like Star Wars like movie. It was just like Star Wars porn. I was like, what the fuck? What is that for?
Man, this is not our problem. We're just going.
It's a way better energy when we're next to each other.
It is way better energy. Yeah, that was my Iowa State season opener.
Because whenever you're online, you have to watch out to not have that weird like talk over thing.
Yeah.
So I can really kind of go off of your cadence when we're in person like this.
I enjoy doing it in person, but also, either you got to move to Kansas or I got to get out of the
retire. Yeah. Not retire.
Well, it'd be a retire, kind of.
I thought
it's classifications of retirement.
I thought retirement was after you hit 20 years.
That's on the old school program. That's like the true retirement where you continue to get a pension plan.
Oh, but you don't.
Technically, you can retire at any job, but like it's if you get a pension. It's like retirement.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we're gonna go ahead and look at college football scoreboard from week 1. So August 26th through September 4th. This is the weirdest thing. Like August 26th, like that's such a huge. Yeah.
That's so long ago.
Yeah, and like it was like a random Thursday. The first games happened.
Yeah. Notre Dame beat the fuck out of the Navy.
Navy did not have a single passing yard.
What?
Yes. Not even fucking with you.
Like, did they have any? They just got
box score. So yeah, Navy passing yards. Okay, actually they did have some, but like in like the fourth quarter, it was just showing the score: 0 passing yards, all rushing. Because that's how Navy, Army, and Air Force play football. Really? It's just only run game.
Why?
I don't know.
A mutual friend who goes to the
He's not a football player, though.
Yeah, but I'm assuming he goes to the games.
Yeah, but like he's not gonna know like the fucking play schemes and shit like that, though.
But I bet you can give us. He might know because it's such a small community. It's like a little town.
Yeah. But so for reference, 43 yards of passing.
Can they see our screens?
They cannot.
Okay, that's fine.
43 yards of passing in total for Navy in all 4 quarters.
They only threw 7 times. 7 times. That would drive me fucking crazy.
They had only.
Holy shit! One guy ran for negative 10 yards.
I think that's the quarterback.
Really?
Yeah.
Xavier. Oh yeah. Or do they have 2 quarterbacks?
Maybe.
Or maybe he like
see even team rushing. See.
Damn.
But yeah, only 126 yards of rushing all game. Receiving, guess what? 43 yards. And there's one dude with 2 receptions and 41 yards. And then one dude has 1 reception and 2 yards. They got a bunch of fumbles, no recoveries, none of them lost. Navy defense, not a single sack. Not a single sack. Kick returns, 12 yards.
I feel like Notre Dame's right. And I understand that Navy's not. But Jesus Christ, I thought they were like kind of like.
They were mediocre.
Yeah, I thought they were mediocre.
No. The Army, Navy, and Air Force teams are absolute dog shit. And once in a blue moon,
I know they're never going to win like a title. I know that.
Back in the day, they used to.
But I'm saying nowadays, especially if they're not fucking throwing the ball.
Yeah. I do not understand why they do not throw the ball. It fucking blows my mind. So USC beat San Jose State.
I remember seeing. Yeah, they showed that on the.
The one I really want to talk about.
Well, Florida lost to Utah. A little.
Yeah, Utah is number 14. University of Utah.
Florida's not ranked. Okay.
The Gators haven't been ranked for a hot minute.
All right. Well,
shows Debo days they were ranked.
Shows how much I pay attention.
Where is Oklahoma? That game.
Oh, the 70 was right there underneath Arkansas State. Yeah.
Number 20 Oklahoma. Arkansas State 73-0. Absolutely blew them out. I don't know what the fuck happened. One big upset. Colorado primetime beat TCU, number 17 TCU.
Dude, watching the Nebraska game, every other fucking commercial was about that damn game. It wasn't even about the game or the players. It was about fucking Coach Prime.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know if I'm fucking, like, excited for him. I'm just kind of more like, dude, I understand what you're doing is huge, but show the players, too. Like, but they're showing nothing. Just him. So part of me, especially the other team.
One thing I love, Oregon beat Portland State 81-7.
Yeah, but I'm assuming that's like one of the that's a
game. Yeah, it's just like blows my mind. And it also blows my mind on how Nebraska can lose to a nobody team.
I'm not surprised.
At least Colorado's kind of a somebody.
That's who we're playing this week. Yeah. So we're gonna get obliterated. We watched.
Yeah, we watched the Duke Clemson game.
It was Clemson's game to lose.
Yeah.
Go to the final drives for the third and fourth quarter for Clemson. Because
they would get on to like the goal line or in the red zone.
Yeah, and they just
fumble.
So it was what? It was a block kick, fumble, turnover on downs, which was a weird one because
he slid and landed before the first down marker,
and then he got hit for targeting.
The penalty yards went onto Duke when they took over the ball.
Yeah, which I was like, what the fuck? Why wouldn't we just go and give him the first down? Because I'm pretty sure in the NFL, well, I guess I've never seen it in that sort of situation.
Yeah. But also, they only mark until the person gets touched. For college, it's wherever they go down.
Yeah. Go to the box scores on like the turnovers. There's a couple picks.
Let's go to the
okay.
Duke had 2 fumble recovers.
Yep. They had 1 interception. And they showed them blocked. Okay, so 2
interceptions. They had 2 interceptions.
1 interception.
Well, sorry.
Yeah. They're good. Pretty dick.
We should not do this.
Go to the Clemson one. It'll show you like where they fucked up.
So
yeah, 1 interception.
Yep, one interception. They lost two fumbles.
Yep.
They fumbled 3 times. PD pretty dicks.
Pretty big.
Kick returns. They only had one for 22 yards.
I think they did mostly. Yeah. But yeah, they could.
So field goals, 0 for 2.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that's right. They shanked one wide left,
and then one got
Thank you. That's
Yeah, that was a wild game to watch.
And does it say the original? Because I think wasn't Clemson supposed to win like 84%?
It was like 87.
Yeah, dude, if you're fucking like a gambler, you should have bet the house on that game.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, maybe not just because the odds. Like, what do they say? This is their first time beating an AP
2008?
No, fucking
no, 78 wasn't it?
Yeah,
1978.
Yeah.
See, I remember, and it was against Clemson too, right?
Yeah.
You're right.
So this week in the AP Top 25, Georgia going against Ball State, Ohio against Youngstown State, Penn State versus Delaware, Notre Dame versus NC State, Utah versus Baylor, which actually might be a game.
Well, it might be a good game to watch.
Yeah.
Well, luckily it's on ESPN at 11 o'clock.
Yeah. Central Time.
Yes, sorry, Central Time.
Kansas State versus Troy. I actually served in the Army with a dude that played defensive end with on Troy.
Was he a officer?
No.
Oh, just
So he did 4 years of playing as a defensive end. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna enlist in the Army. And came in as an E4. The dude was like 6'7", like full blown Alabama redneck.
How much more did he have until college to finish up?
He finished all 4 years. Does it do enlist?
Why didn't he go?
I don't know.
That's leaving money on the table, son.
He also became a fucking sniper, dude.
What
The
the?
man's 6'7", like 260, and like
He's
mean
6'7" as a
Yeah.
sniper.
Yeah.
Camouflage with the trees.
I don't know, man, but like they were just like, yeah, dude. You'd see Callaway running around, it just looks like Bigfoot.
They're like, oh my god.
Oh
my god, I don't want to fucking. Yeah, we're gonna lose Colorado. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be a bad game.
Clemson is now number 25. I'm still surprised that they're fucking in the top 25 after a loss like that. They did not play good.
Was there any other ranked team that lost last week?
Pretty much every single ranked team won, except for TCU. And so TCU and Duke.
Well, who's TCU playing? Where do they drop down to?
I do not see TCU on.
Oh, what the fuck? I doubt they're on their bye week.
Yeah, I doubt it too.
Maybe they get somewhere down there.
Well, Duke fucking popped up out of nowhere to 21. So I mean, I think Colorado's on there.
Yep, too.
There must have been some huge AP poll shifts after first week, which doesn't happen.
I remember an ESPN report saying they did. I didn't read into it, but I remember them saying there was a lot.
I don't really see anything interesting other than number 11 Texas playing against number 3 Alabama.
Wasn't it last year Texas upset Alabama?
I think
they did. A big deal because like wasn't the Bama players or putting the horns down and they lost pretty fucking bad.
Yeah.
Can't remember. I'm trying to.
No. We talked about this too.
Yeah,
like almost a year ago.
And we were sitting there like fucking Nick Saban is probably ripping those guys up.
Yeah, they were like doing like the horns down shit.
I think they just scored like a touchdown.
Yeah,
at the end of the game.
And then they just got their fucking shit rocked. By Texas.
I hate straight Texas fans. Texas A&M are pretty chill.
To be like gay Texas fan.
Most of them are gay Texas fans.
I want to look at Big 12 just because I'm an out-of-state fan and I want to know. Kansas is playing Illinois. I honestly I'm not even sure if Kansas is going to win that because Kansas football kind of sucks.
Oh, this is the Iowa.
Yeah. So then we got Kansas. BYU is now part of the Big 12.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a huge Iowa State versus Iowa. This is going to be a huge game. I'm going to be watching it. You should definitely give it a watch, Matt.
I'll be working. I can maybe throw it on the computer at work.
Yeah.
Miss.
Put it on the side.
Well, here's the thing: Nebraska's gonna be playing during that time too, and
fuck that shit.
Most of the store, all the store is Nebraska fans. I can't just go like, yeah, sorry guys, but it told me to throw this one on. So, even though there is somebody there who is an Iowa State fan.
Yeah, see, you got someone on your side. Oklahoma's going against SMU. Don't even know where they're from.
SMU?
Yeah.
Isn't it Smoky Mountain University?
You might be right, actually.
I thought it was. I could be wrong.
You're probably right. West Virginia. Can't even tell you. It's DQ. Yes. Cincinnati is now part of the Big 12 this year, and they're going up against Pitt, which is going to be an interesting watch.
TCU's unranked now. That's where they are.
Damn.
Yeah, they're going versus Nicholas?
Nichols? Or
is that really how you pronounce it?
Maybe.
Oh.
I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine.
Nicholas. That's where I'm going. Getting that
I don't know if it's UCF or Boise State that's part of the Big 12. I'm genuinely kind of like.
I thought it was Boise State.
I thought it was UCF.
You watch more college than me, dude. Click on it. You'll see. They don't have the map.
I'm fucking with you.
Well, I want the viewers to like, oh, Maddie played some bitch. Fucking damn. Okay, I'm assuming UCF is in the Big 12.
Yeah.
That's the odds.
So the odds for our viewers is 77.6.
0.2. Yeah, you got it. 22.4.
Just a splash of the tizzle. Yeah, I'm gonna assume UCF is the Big 12.
That's the last 5 games.
Yeah. What the fuck? Alright. And then we want to hop. There was some other topics you want to talk about. The fantasy trade block. Was that the new one you want to talk about?
Yes. And then, so last episode of the podcast, all that stuff, basically, yeah, that can all get, yeah. Last episode of the podcast, we talked about the fantasy league.
Yep.
After talking to more members of our league, I realized how shitty of a position I'm in.
Yeah.
So and I said it last week. I know I said it last week. I'm not going to trade with Nate Slizik, or believe his last name. I'm not going to trade with Nate because it's cheap and it's unfair.
Yeah.
So then I was like, there's a loophole in there. That's what the other Matthew on my left shoulder said. It's the devil Matthew. He was like, you didn't say anything about Aaron. He don't know much about football either. So let me pull the trade, and I'll let the viewers decide how even of a trade this is.
Not even.
I'll pull this up for you guys. So this is who I was willing to give up as a coach. I was willing to give up Brandon Cooks, David Montgomery, go. I think that's true because he was on the Bears and now he's on the Lions. The Lions rush way more.
It's true, but also Actually, I could pick him up.
Who? I have him. Unless you want to trade. So this is who I traded.
I got some good ones.
These are who I traded, or I tried to trade for with Aaron. Tyreek Hill, Saquon Barkley, Devontae Smith, and Kyle Pitts. I think it's a pretty fair trade. And Aaron's like, whatever. And I went on his phone. He's like, I don't know how to accept trades. Went on, I accepted it, and it was fine. But I got cocky, and I saw that another member of our team or of our league also he made another bullshit one, and he claims it's fair. Can't remember, it was because again they're just trying to go for Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. It's one of the players of our league who does not really know anything about football.
The one that the trade I did?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
The people that are people trying to trade with him. Tyreek Hill is on his team.
Yes. So, but the second person that tried to trade with Aaron, his name's Nate, he's my roommate. He's a fucking rat.
Yeah.
Because I went in there and I was like, decline, block that shit.
Yeah.
And he took a picture and he goes, oh, declined. But you're a trade guy. He put it in our group chat, and I was like, "Bitch, shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! What are you talking about? Like, shut up! I didn't know you could see other people's trades." And he goes, "Everyone veto it," and everyone was like, "Ah, very funny." Because then I just started trashing him in the chat, and it got approved. But then enough people went in there and vetoed it, and I think you vetoed it. I was like, no. So now I'm willing to play by the rules. I'll be a good little boy.
Last call on like any trades.
Yeah.
As the commissioner. Like for a while there, I was like, it was like every hour, Nathan or someone else was trying to like pour out other Nathan's team.
Yeah.
Because he had everybody else on the bench. And I'm sitting there at work like, dude, I cannot like do work and fucking veto everybody's fucking trades with him.
Well, that's the thing. I got away with last year.
Yeah. And it's trying to copy it.
Yeah, they want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they'll make fun of me. They'll be mad at me.
Yeah.
It's like, you're just mad you didn't think of it first, you fucking loser.
Fuck.
And you're not as persuasive,
dude, I was
charismatic as I am to those people.
I was mad about it too.
And I was like, shit, I didn't know we could do that.
Yeah. It was like I was trying to play fair, but I mean, if we're gonna play dirty, I would have looked at everybody on the team like, motherfucker, this guy stole everybody.
So yeah, I stole everyone last year from Nate. Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I told Aaron after I was like, dude, seriously, don't trade your team. Your team is so fucking good.
Yeah.
Because I think was he like second or third overall?
I think so.
He was in a crazy spot.
I think I'm kind of sitting somewhere middle of the pack as well.
Yeah, I know I'm gonna do terrible. I really don't have anybody to trade for. The only trade I have is Nick Chubb. Don't want to give him up.
You can try and wait for free agency and like see what players actually pop off.
I can't imagine any like a lot of great.
It happened for me last year.
Who did you have last year? Free agency.
Jamal something. He was the running back for the Lions, and then now he plays for the Saints.
Oh, Jamal Williams.
Yeah,
he's fucking good.
He went undrafted. He went undrafted last year. And
really? That's not. I thought Tom had him for a little bit. I wonder if Tom dropped him.
No, he didn't have him.
He didn't have him at all.
It was in free agency, like second week.
Well, I thought I looked through free agency this year, and there wasn't a whole lot.
You just gotta wait, man. Like you just gotta wait.
You're right.
Motherfucker, you taking Snapchats on.
It could be one of those things where as soon as the league in the year gets going, it could be just dog shit.
Yeah, and like that's what I'm anticipating too. Is that like shit's gonna get dicey. So we got for NFL coming up in the week one.
We're getting to do our picks.
Do we want to do our picks?
I want to do our picks.
Come back to it. All right.
But yeah. So moral of the story: don't be like me. Don't be a sit back. If you're gonna lose, just accept it. Try to do unfair trade. If not,
try to do fair trades and actually go through free agency and like collect like the fucking bench warmers of.
Anyway, week 1.
You dickbag. So I'm gonna go through it first, and then we'll come back to it because I don't want to fucking scoot up yet.
Yeah,
okay.
And type, yeah. That's fair. I didn't think about that.
Unless if you want to scoot up and grab my phone, and maybe if I have it fucking.
Oh, do you have like the app?
Yeah, I think I have the app. Yeah. Let me. All right, so you read off the first one now.
Okay. The NFL 2023-2024 season. The Lions are going down to KC to face Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce at 7:20 Thursday night. I almost said prime time, but that's not right.
Prime time is playing college.
Here's what I want. I would love for the Lions to go down there and just shock everybody. Can you click on it? I'm curious on if there's any injuries or because I still love Dan Campbell. Wow, that game is not as close as I would thought it would be. Those are the
okay.
Yeah, that's not
Snell Jr. is on the fucking Lions now?
Yep, he got picked up. That's not AJ Green either.
Injury report: Jameson Williams, wide receiver.
He's just in the reserves, so. And then Emmanuel Mosley, he's questionable.
Oh,
but look at
Travis Kelce? Fuck, dude. Oh my god, I picked up Travis Kelce. Is he gonna be good?
And fucking Kadarius Toney, he's also questionable. Chris Jones and fucking L'Jarius Sneed. That's a lot of big players for them. Fucking questionable.
Like my first pick goes questionable. Fucking, I'm gonna be pissed.
Because who are you playing this week?
Sargent.
Oh.
Yeah. Fuck, dude.
Yeah, when you saw Colonel today, did he say anything about not being invited to the fantasy league?
No, he doesn't say anything. No. I should have brought something up. But dude, like honestly, I want the Lions to win as well.
Yeah, but it's one of those things. I do it in UFC too. It's like okay.
Well, like the Lions have like for the past. I remember last year, and like if anybody wants to go back and rewatch more, if you've been a long time fan and are coming back to us, I have picked the Lions pretty consistently over most teams because like they've been a good team. They just had shitty fucking circumstances.
They're getting better.
Yes,
they're getting better. And I think that since Aaron Rodgers is out of Green Bay, it's really either up to them or the Vikings. I'm assuming the Vikings are going to win that division, but it just opens the door for the Lions to compete.
What
for that? What?
I'm fucking lost in the sauce. I'm trying to find the share. No, not share. Or, no. I'm trying to find a fucking.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so I can type it in.
Okay, so going back to what I was saying, and when I do UFC picks, there's an app called Verdict, not sponsored, but it's a pretty fun one. But a lot of times I'll catch myself. It's like, okay, I have a really good feeling that. Okay, so for example, 2 weeks ago, the Korean Zombie faced Max Holloway. I like both guys, but I was like, this has got to be a retirement fight for Max or for the Korean Zombie. I really hope that he wins. But that's what so like the Lions. I would not be surprised when we do our week 2, and it's like, okay, so we both took a L on the first game.
So Panthers versus the Falcons.
Can you click on that? Oh well, it's not going to show us because I'm trying to think like, what the fuck even is the starting quarterback for the Panthers anymore?
Marcus Mariota. Oh no, so I think it's no. Marcus Mariota is the Falcons.
So I know. Are you thinking of Derek Carr because he's in Nolans?
Derek Carr's in Nolans.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Can you click on?
I can,
Please.
I guess.
Please.
Okay.
Oh, Bryce Young. Okay. But I'm assuming.
So let me go to the Panthers. Yeah. Let's go to the roster.
Oh,
Andy Dalton, the Red Rider.
But I can't imagine that Andy's going to be starting the whole time. I wouldn't be surprised to see Bryce Young come in at some point of the season.
They only have 2 quarterbacks.
I'm sure they have another one.
I'm sure they do.
I remember hearing something about Raheem Blackshear. I'm trying to remember where the fuck I heard that name.
Bengals, Browns, Bengals.
Oh.
Well,
we haven't picked the Panthers and Falcons.
Yeah, I'm going to say the Bengals.
Yeah, along with the Bengals, too. Yeah. But Joe Burrow's questionable.
The Falcons. I love Marcus Mariota.
I don't know. I'll go against you. I'll go Panthers for no discernible reason. I knew we were doing this today, but I thought after Ahsoka, I was like, he'll be tired. We can probably do this tomorrow. Anyway. Anyone on that?
No.
Okay.
So we're both picking Bengals.
Yes, Bengals for sure. Even though Joe Burrow is questionable, I think he's still going to go to the start.
And then we got the Jags and the Colts. Gerard Taylor versus Trevor Lawrence.
Well, Jonathan Taylor is Jonathan Taylor is I don't think he's playing. I'm pretty sure they have him on the reserves because he wanted to trade and they wouldn't give it to him. So I don't know if he'll be in week 1. I'm gonna go Jaguars, honestly.
Jags The Jags ended up going pretty far last year.
They did pretty well.
Yeah.
Didn't they kind of have like a slower start, but they kind of picked up towards the end? Yeah, and then
Vikings.
Is it Etienne? He did.
So the Buccaneers are at Minnesota.
Give me the Vikings.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield is just going to get more exposed to just being a trash quarterback. Yeah. And they're like, oh, the Rams fan, how could you say that? That was a fluke performance.
Fluke.
He fluked his way through.
So I will say this, like every single time Baker Mayfield has started and has not known the game plan, he's played tremendously. Mm-hmm. Like Baker Mayfield's first start with the Browns was not even expected to be the starter.
Yeah.
And then
well, that's what Nathan says. Nathan's like, why would you get rid of a quarterback that took you to the playoffs? It's like, because he still wasn't, he's not going to win you the Super Bowl.
No.
Like, he can get you to the playoffs, but that's it. And it's not even that, because, like, that was when Big Ben was continuously getting hurt.
Yeah.
And fucking AB was doing his shit. And then Baltimore. I don't think, was Lamar there at that point yet?
Lamar was like a rookie, I think.
So I don't know. It wasn't at a
they got rid of Joe Flacco for Lamar Jackson. The same year Big Ben was kept on getting hurt.
So it's not. I wouldn't even put all of it on Baker being amazing.
Yeah. Titans against the Saints.
See, that's just one of those homecoming games where it's just like, okay, how's Derek Carr gonna do?
Yeah, it's
is he gonna ball out?
And like Derek Carr has balled out before.
Can you see if Derrick Henry is
ready to go?
If he's ready to go, he's the Titans because
just shitting gigs.
They were playing,
and like I have faith in Derek Carr. I always thought he was a good quarterback. And he's been failed by having 4 receivers. And then you
offensive linemen.
Yes. And this is going to be a heart-wrenching pick for me.
Oh, the 49ers and the Steelers.
So, like, I love my boy Brock Purdy. And, like, so that was one thing that I noticed at the Iowa State game. So, like, they always show, like, the professionals that are from Iowa State.
Oh,
Alan, dude, there's a fuck ton of Iowa State players on the Jets. Alan Lazard, fucking Bryce Hall,
Yep.
a couple defensive players are on the Jets as well. So it's like, hey, and the whole stadium lost shit. And I'm just like, how are these dudes fucking getting picked first in like in the draft?
Oh, okay, you meant like that. Okay,
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
And like they get no response. Brock Purdy shows up, and like everybody loses their mind. And then my aunt was telling me, it was like, well, his family's extremely rich and definitely done a lot to Iowa State in his program. Yeah. So that's why like Brock Purdy gets like fucking. And I definitely suck dick too. But
now this is if he starts the whole year.
Yeah.
This is where we're gonna see if he is like
a good quarterback or not.
And I don't want to do what I did with Patrick Mahomes, where I'm like, he is a average of slightly above average quarterback, but he just has amazing tools around him. But he does have a lot of amazing tools around him. So we'll see how the season goes. And I mean, fucking Mike Shanahan is a great coach. So
it showed that like he can play too. Like it wasn't just the tools around him. And he's grow from being a freshman at Iowa State all the way through to pro. And like his passing is like throughout the years has just gotten better and better and better. Like he is consistently improving. And he just seems like the regular fucking
I am picking the 49ers.
Yeah.
Over the Steelers.
And I want to see this battle of Kenny Pickett versus Brock Purdy. And like their quarterbacks that like I think are both up and coming. Like they're going to be franchise quarterbacks. And this is going to be a great year, or like hopefully these teams are able to build around these guys and continue to improve them because they're going to be both good quarterbacks.
Well, they both have great defenses too. I think 49ers actually have a little bit better for defense, in my opinion.
I don't want to sleep on the Steelers defense.
I'm not sleeping on them. I'm just saying I think the 49ers is better. So
okay. I'll put you down on the 49ers, and I'm going to go Steelers. Just to stay Old Faithful.
Yeah.
I think last year I only picked against them one time, and it was against KC. And it was like the only time I picked the Steelers and I was right.
Yeah.
Or I picked against them and I was right. Cardinals versus Commanders. I might go Commanders.
Can you see who the starting quarterback is? Because it was Taylor Heineke.
For who, the Commanders?
Yeah, because they should still have who's that short fella? People are screaming there. Wow, the Commanders are heavily slated to win. I don't want to say heavily slated, but
so they got Jacoby Brissett, Jake Fromm, and then Sam Howell.
Where the fuck is? Did Taylor Heineke get traded?
Maybe.
I lost. Who's that running back that they had last year?
Gibson? I think it was Gibson.
That got shot. No. It's Brian Robinson Jr. That's the one that was really good last year.
Okay. Oh, Alabama. Yeah, that makes sense.
Where the fuck did Taylor Heineke go?
All right, so I'm going to put myself down for the Commanders.
Put me down to the Commanders, too. Okay.
And then we got the Raiders. Oh, no, fuck. I'm skipping over something. Texans versus Ravens. Ravens, easy clap.
Yeah, I'm going to go Ravens, too. Oh, what the fuck?
Now, this could be like the same situation as last
year. Taylor Heineke is the starting quarterback for the The Falcons.
For the Falcons?
Yeah. When the fuck did that happen?
What?
When did that happen? Yeah. Taylor Heineke is an American football quarterback, the Atlanta Falcons. When did he get? Is that recent?
Must have been. Like, it flew underneath the radar because I didn't even see that. Packers against the Bears. And that one's going to be difficult because there's no more Aaron Rodgers owning the Bears.
Yeah. Who the fuck is? Who did they get to replace him? It's fucking. What's his name?
He basically has the same path as Aaron Rodgers had following Brett Favre.
It's not Trey Lance. Who the fuck's that guy's name? I click on it one more time. Fucking. I know. I should do my research.
I should have done my research.
What is Jordan Love. That's who it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who did Jordan Love play for? Utah State.
And they still got AJ Dillon. And then Aaron Jones. I'm assuming it's gonna be. Honestly, I'm kind of in Chicago.
Early in Chicago.
They're playing in Chicago. There's no Aaron Rodgers.
I'm gonna go against you and go Packs. Go Pack. Go.
Good luck with that, buddy.
You know, it's a risk. You know, I'm
Risk reward.
Yeah. Raiders over Broncos.
That's gonna be Sean Payton's first game, and I'm very interested to see if Russell Wilson will. But this is Jimmy G's first game down with the Raiders. But I know Chandler Jones. I can't imagine he's the only one, but he's having big problems with the staff. He put like an Instagram tweet out about he's mad. Did you read about that? Yeah, so for people who don't read, like Stefan's over here, he posted and then he deleted on his Instagram. But basically, I think he's mad that they won't let him work out on the weekends, and he was just talking shit. Yeah, so I don't know, man.
Raiders have consistently had locker room problems over the years.
Yeah, for sure. With Sean Payton and Russell Wilson, I want to see how the Broncos do. So
you want to go Broncos?
Not confident on it, by the way.
That one is like a not confident pick. Because this season's been so.
Can you click on just like what? Click on it so I can see the odds. Like, I was curious to see where. Okay, so it's almost even.
Even, yeah.
It's almost even season.
I think Sean Payton is heavily weighing in on that vote.
Yes, 100%.
Eagles Patriots. I want to go Eagles.
Yeah.
Even though the Patriots have been fucking hyping themselves up this year, like preseason and stuff like that, like on Instagram.
You follow the Patriots on Instagram?
I've just been seeing like ESPN or like the Barstool repost of everything. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta stay away. We gotta do the short stories.
I know. Wait, what?
The short stories, like the stories and everything like that. It's like 20 minutes.
I know, but I didn't do it. I thought it was a separate video.
Well, it's gonna be like we're gonna stop this recording.
Oh, I thought we did it on another day. That was like, okay, I got time.
Well, we're trying to do the fucking 2 week now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna like figure we just record it now, and then I set the post date to be a different day.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought we were recording a different day.
Yeah. I was like, if I'm already gonna be in town, and I'm trying to like bounce my schedule around with like family and shit.
And fucking Jesus.
And
I just had a stroke. I was trying to say fucking goes, but I couldn't.
Fucking goes. Dolphins Chargers.
That's actually a really good game, honestly.
I want to go Dolphins.
See, I initially want to go Dolphins. Okay, click on it. I gotta look into these details. These details.
We're rusty, so we need to. Damn,
okay. Pretty close. We scroll down. These are fucking preseason guys. Yeah. So they're playing at SoFi. And doesn't look like any notable players are out for the. Can we click on both of the teams like rosters? Yeah, you and Aaron have a lot of complaint about me when it comes to how needy I am. Okay, so Tua's still there. Devon. Oh, but they fucking picked up Jalen Ramsey over the fucking. And they got Tyreek Hill. Oh, and it's gonna be fucking. Cause Jalen Ramsey played against the Chargers like once a year. Oh man, and they got David Long Jr. And Eli Apple. They got Eli Apple. When the fuck did they pick up Eli Apple? There's a lot of trades. This is definitely gonna be the year that Brandon Staley is either gonna get fired or they're gonna like. So he's definitely gonna fucking play. So Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler, Justin Herbert, all fucking they're there. We know they're there. Is Max Duggan taking the starting spot? No, I think it's just because he's like he shouldn't be higher up on the. Yeah, no, it should be Justin Herbert. Man, I might go with the Dolphins with you. Yeah, well, yeah, clearly copying your homework. That's exactly what I just said.
Oh,
so for the next one, just put me down as the Rams. I'm not confident on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Rams or Seahawks over Rams.
Just after last season, I don't even know. And they got rid of Jalen Ramsey, who I fucking love. And like they did like not a lot of not a lot of moves or just not a lot of great moves that I was just like, why would
do you think they were trying to put themselves in a position to like get a better slot in the draft next season?
No, because I don't think they got draft picks. And they are the last time the Rams drafted number one was Jared Goff in like 2016.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck.
Ended up being a good pick.
That we later on traded for Matt Stafford, which I mean got us a title, but that's because we threw everything out the window money wise. Yeah. They pulled Eric Weddle's ass out of retirement for like 2 games.
So then we got Cowboys against the Giants. I hate the Cowboys.
I will never pick the Cowboys unless I absolutely have to. I do like Brandon Hook being on the Cowboys though.
And then the Bills versus the Jets.
Dude, I'm going Bills. I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is gonna be like that. This is the game for me. It's like, okay, is Aaron Rodgers is he the shit? Yeah. Well, he is the shit, but I mean like the shit of moving from one team to another team and basically becoming the face of that franchise.
So before we do this fucking episode, which we're just over an hour, like pretty good time. I mean, is there any other things you want to talk about sports wise?
Do you go to the Google Doc on the left? Yeah. Cause I couldn't remember. Oh, sorry.
Oh, Instagram video. Yep. I actually had an Instagram video I sent you as well.
Was it the 700-pound dude?
Well, there was a 700-pound dude. Oh,
Or the guy who could squat 700 pounds, not that.
Donnie J is showing up to the Cyhawk game. He showed up last year.
Who the fuck's Donnie J?
Or not, Donnie J. Trump.
Okay, I was like, who the fuck Donnie J?
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good.
This is a baseball one. The Los Angeles Dodgers starter Julio Urias was arrested and charged with felony domestic violence charges late last night.
Mm-hmm.
An officer with the LAPD tells ESPN.
There's been a couple
and he was booked late Sunday and released early this morning, yesterday. And today's recording is on the fucking the 5th. September 5th.
Down my post. Not my post, but the post that I want to show.
But he had a $50,000 bond.
That's fucking nothing, though.
Yeah.
But he's also probably going to get heavily fined by the fucking league.
Oh, fucking Danny fucking Burgers. He changed his song to the fucking Whopper Whopper song.
I thought that was just a meme. I didn't think that was
real. No, that was actually real.
I don't fucking call me a hater, but I don't.
Oh, the Derek Lewis fucking fuck all this jujitsu shit, just fucking stand up.
Derek Lewis is my favorite fucking fighter.
Oh yeah, he's fucking an idol. Okay, this one was actually kind of cool. This one's from 2017. Andrew Ramine plays all 9 positions in one game. So he started in left field, goes to center, goes to right.
I heard about that, yeah.
Yeah, and then he plays third, shortstop, second, pitches, catches, and then goes in first. He plays all 9 positions in one
game. Yeah, they took down the video I wanted to send, so. Well, I should have just downloaded it or fucking screen recorded it, but I didn't.
And yeah, mostly all of our stuff is just like memes, Star Wars, and sports.
Yeah, well, I didn't send it to your Instagram because I didn't want you to see it beforehand because I wanted your raw reaction to it. But damn, I don't remember what the fuck it is now anymore.
I watched Major League with Charlie Sheen. Yeah,
it's a great fucking movie.
It's a great movie, but
Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, I had not seen it in like since I was a kid, and I rewatched it.
Movies I watch once a year around the summertime.
Yeah,
that's when the baseball season kind of kicks up.
Yeah, I watched Trouble with the Curve for the first time.
That's it. Never heard of it.
Good movie actually.
What's that one?
It's baseball, and Clint Eastwood's like a fucking, and he's just like going around and like picking out people, and like some big dude is like just going off of base pure analytics, and it's like the battle between the old ways and the new ways.
Wait, isn't there like a girl involved?
Yeah, it's his daughter.
Yeah, and like who's the other guy? It's not Keanu Reeves, but I remember hearing about this.
I cannot tell you the other actors in the movie. Yeah. So like
no, but okay, someone did talk to me about this movie because the amount of times people go, "Have you seen this in this movie?" Like movies, but dude, I can't watch every single fucking movie in the known universe.
I try my best though. Like, I'm gonna have a great movie collection by the time I'm old.
With the fucking who's this guy? Justin Timberlake. That's who it is.
Yeah.
Matt Lillard's in it. Fucking even John Goodman's in it.
It's a good movie.
Started cast.
It's a fairly good movie too.
With my fucking, I'm pretty sure I got ADHD. I'm not diagnosed. The therapist and he goes, "You should probably get that checked out." I was like, "Nope, I'm just gonna leave that Pandora box closed, sir. Thank you very much."
I don't know what HD is. I got ADHD.
Yeah. Lost my train of thought. Motherfucker. Oh, but sometimes when I'm watching a movie, like my brain just like shuts off, or like this might be TMI for the sports podcast, but I'll just start fucking like, I'll just not start jerking off to the movie, but it's like, all right, I'm alone, turn on fucking a little porn real quick, do my shit, and then it's like, I'm like, what the fuck's going on in this movie right now? Like,
let's see if there's anything else.
I just realized I'm been. I've never been. This is our casting couch scene. It just bothers me that we're not sitting on the couch. We're using it as a.
It's also, I mean, it works better for this.
It does. Yeah.
And I don't mind it. I kind of enjoy it, even though like when I see the screen, I'm like, yeah, this is kind of annoying. But
the only thing that like I think this whole thing's been pretty good, except we just need to cut out. Do we really need to cut out Nate's last name?
No.
Yeah. Would you
honestly, I don't.
I knew it. It was like you're like, oh, it's already posted. I was like, we just got done. It's like 9 to 10 minutes.
Usually, like I posted, like if I fairly good at remembering, like if there was something kind of sketchy, and it's like, yeah, I should probably edit that out.
Yeah.
And like when that happened, it's only happened a couple of times. Like,
but me saying, yeah,
I honestly don't care about that. I mean,
we're not even. It's not like we said anything that he's done. Like that time.
Yeah. Should have spammed.
I was gonna make like a joke, but then I was like, yeah, he probably won't cut that out, so I'm just gonna cut myself off. Man, I gotta go to work in like.
What time do you gotta go to work?
10.
At 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for coming, joining us on our in-person podcast. Like,
if you like this, it's not gonna happen for a while.
like, there's gonna be like one other one, and it's just like, yep, nope, we're back to our regular scheduled program.
Mm-hmm.
But at least now we got it set up on your computer. Like the next time I'm in town,
it'll just be.
We can just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we'll be fucking set up and ready to go.
It's crazy how fast you threw it up too.
Yeah.
Because Aaron, he hasn't figured this shit out yet for her.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that fucking ball. Make sure to check out Bonzo Boys Podcast. They just posted one. What was it? Yesterday.
We recorded it like a month ago, so yeah,
out just yeah. I mean, it's better than Forever records.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and we also have not done the best either.
Yeah, I mean, did you tell him you got a shout out on a different YouTube channel?
Oh yeah. Since I'm in the Army, I'm in another Discord server of like a YouTubers, and it was like a kind of like roast my kit for like our setups for going to ranges and shit like that. And I just put it in there just to see if like I get roasted. I have a pretty basic kit.
I was gonna ask you, what were you hoping the roast was gonna be about?
I don't know. I was just putting it out there, like send it away, like
just like yeah. So he wasn't even. Cause I was sitting there, I was like, he doesn't like. It's not that he doesn't want the smoke, but he's just like, like.
I'm gonna see what it comes.
What are they gonna hit on me for?
Yeah.
For fucking having my hands in my pockets.
That was actually one thing in the comments, like, really? Hands in your pockets? Oh my god, guy.
Okay.
And one dude in the comments of the actual YouTube video, like that Army guy, is definitely flexing his traps, right? He probably did that on all his high school football photos, too.
I wish we had the editing skills to put the photo right here.
Not that good.
No.
Yet.
Not yet.
No. Maybe someday. But mainly, I'm just that lazy. No, I don't really care.
Yeah.
I can do the basic editing.
Well, Maddie 11B Raps is back up and streaming.
Yep, back up and streaming.
And we're going to stream, and it'll be the show.
Yes.
Us playing together, which is going to be really bad.
Yes. And then I'll try and clip together the best parts and actually put it onto a YouTube video for us.
Okay. MattCast
Goes Baseball.
Okay.
that.
Yeah, I mean, we could do that with fucking, like, because there's a new UFC game. Yeah. So I could just beat the fuck out of you with this UFC game.
Well, no, I'll be on PC. I'll fucking sit there.
Who the fuck do I want to play?
Yeah.
Yeah, that Madden.
Fucking
Keyboard warrior.
Mashing away to beat your ass. Yeah, we have some things lined up in the works. And we've been fairly open and talked about it.
Yeah. I mean, we want to get fucking CJ, AJ. Those are so that's not like a secret abbreviation. That's just
no. Those are yeah. Maybe they are abbreviated. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure it's short for something.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. Can you imagine just like what's your child's name? C. Oh, it's like C. No. C. Huh? C.
Just C.
And they're like
SI with the weird
like
no
Espanol.
No, English.
English, yeah.
It's C.
Okay, C. All right. Anything else?
Dot.
J.
And then dot.
J. J-A-Y? No, too much. J. They're like, okay, if you want,
just kids. It's their thing, bud.
Yeah, whatever. Lame ass parents.
Yeah. But yeah, make sure to check out the links below. And we'll see you guys next week with our follow-ups and see how we did on our guessing.
Yeah.